You're listening to the Really Very Crunchy podcast with your hosts, Emily
and Jason. Emily, we did it! We hit 1,000 reviews on Spotify and Apple. And when we hit 10,000...
10?
we're gonna consider a giveaway.
You are so rude. No, if our email person doesn't ever get back to us, you gave them 7 days. We sent out an email. We should give away.
That you have zero explanation for that. People are like,
sent out,
the email person.
Yeah,
ooh.
No, we sent out a newsletter, and we usually do a giveaway with that, and the person didn't respond. Mm-hmm. So we should use that giveaway. It's repurposing the giveaway to a podcast listener.
You know, I want to
You guys would be okay with that, right?
Yeah.
I can't get the beeswax out of the beeswax candle holder. It's not a beeswax candle. It's just a candle holder.
Okay.
It's only held beeswax candles in my possession.
Nice.
But
wow.
There's beeswax stuck
you
in
and one lucky winner. So to enter, just comment on Spotify. Well, not everybody can comment. Leave a review. No, I can't look up everybody who's left a review. Email us at creators@reallyverycrunchy. No, don't do that. They'll flood our email inbox, and I won't read them all. Not if we get a flood of them, is what I mean. How could we pick somebody, Emily? Interesting. All right. Well, we'll figure that out. And yeah, once we hit 10,000 reviews.
No.
Just kidding. What?
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no. That's I'm actually very, very excited about that. But I want to challenge something right now. The power of email marketing.
Oh, you're challenging it?
Yeah, because here's the deal. We have a true community with our podcast listeners.
True
community. And I didn't necessarily realize this.
I realized it because people take time out of their day, Jason, an hour.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I didn't realize. I guess I just took it for granted and I didn't realize how special it was. And now I'm starting to realize it's special.
Yeah, there's a deeper connection there with the podcast listeners than the email list.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We have 60,000 people on our email list.
If you are a podcast listener and an email list subscriber, then you're
there you go. You're
pinnacle.
You're like a first cousin.
Yep.
To us.
I probably comment and chat with people on the podcast more than I do my first cousins.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah. Well,
I have a first cousin I'm not sure I've ever spoken to.
I mean, I have like 12 of those.
Yeah, but no, like I have seen him at family gatherings multiple times. He's the oldest out of all the cousins, I think. And I don't think I've ever spoken to him. His name's Joey. Joey, if you're listening.
I've spoken to Joey.
You have?
Yeah, a long time ago. I've talked to him.
Okay.
Hey, Joey. How's it going? Joey, if you're out there, you could be our 1,000th review.
We already got
10,000th. If your name is Joey, leave a comment.
Okay, what were you saying?
Well, no, okay, so I don't want to just take it to economical, but it was just something that woke me up, and it's that our podcast listeners bought T-shirts.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
So you ordered more.
So I ordered more, thinking
our email list.
We have way more people on our email list. I don't know, way more, but like that we'll sell out of these in the first day. And I'm pretty sure we're like, we put it in our last email and we sold like 10.
Wow.
Which is great to
you 10
people.
We haven't shipped those out, have we?
No, we need to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like 2 days ago, so that's fine. I put on there we had 7 to 10 day shipping, so I can be lazy.
Okay.
For at least 10 days.
Well, I will make that happen
tonight. Yeah, we gotta really go through the slog of packaging up 10 packages.
Well, Jason ordered more shirts, so if you wanted one.
Yeah. Well, it did get me to thinking, like, there is a big community. We have a big community on Instagram, TikTok, all those places. And we've talked about this a little bit. Some of the social medias are better at getting you in contact and helping you communicate with your community better than others. We think Instagram is better than like TikTok. in terms of allowing you to connect with people. It's just easier.
Even YouTube.
YouTube is like, it has a massive reach, but then like you don't get to just talk to people kind of like you do on Instagram. And so, but it's so much more on the podcast. It's like you guys are here with us, and that's awesome. And we really appreciate you.
We do appreciate you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for taking time out of your day.
Yeah.
And hanging out with us.
All right, now that boring part is over, we need to clear something up. You ran into an individual this week who came up to you.
It wasn't this week.
Was
Jason.
It not this week?
No, I don't know when this was.
Oh, well, you told me about it this week.
It was within the last 2 to 3 months. I'm not sure. It was, yeah.
This individual came up to you, and sorry if I butcher this story, but they told you,
no, let me
I love
just
your videos.
I love your content.
But
you guys do a great job.
I'll just let you tell it. I'll just let you. You're at the park, right?
I don't remember
something.
where it was. She just, I love your content. You guys do a great job. You're so creative. But it's mostly your husband, right?
Like, in referring to what exactly?
I don't know. Our content in general, it's mostly your husband, right?
Like, implying you don't actually do much, though, right? I mean,
I built this empire.
We built this city. I built this city all by myself.
On my back while mothering a nursing infant.
Yeah.
Tired.
My contribution, especially in the beginning, was get to work. We need this to happen. Come on, Emily. You're the face of this thing. Make it happen. Go write things.
I know. When we were doing daily content at that.
Yeah.
And, you didn't. You just pointed the
sure
camera
you
at
almost
me.
died.
Yeah.
Like multiple times. And I'm just like, get back to it.
Yep.
You can nurse when they're older. What? I guess you could. You can, telling my kids you can nurse when you're older. There'll be another day. That made no sense. Sorry.
I did. This is backtracking, but I did want to excuse our email list really quick.
Oh, thank you if you're on our email list. We appreciate you.
And it's
I didn't want to trash you.
Didn't buy a shirt.
No,
it's
you don't have to buy
fine.
a shirt.
Nobody is required to buy a T-shirt.
No, all I was saying was that it sort of flipped this switch in my head that like I don't think as many people on the email list care.
Sure.
About what we're
maybe
necessarily
there for the giveaways
doing.
or
we've had a lot of signups.
Maybe
Maybe
Jason.
the T-shirts are terrible.
Maybe. No, somebody messaged me and said it's their favorite shirt. So
if you want a shirt,
I don't know. So no, I was gonna say though, it's hard as a crunchy person to allocate funds to something such as a T-shirt.
What
for
are you
your
saying?
Favorite
It's Ocotech
creator.
certified. What do you mean?
I'm just saying that people in the crunchy community have to set their priorities. And so I think I think this is an interesting aspect of our content, and it makes it a little challenging because we create content as a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
So part of our job obviously has to be brand deals, and we're like dipping our toes into affiliate marketing.
And if you
type
didn't
stuff.
buy a T-shirt, you actively hate us and don't support us. I'm kidding.
But you have to prioritize in this lifestyle, and a lot of how many people are homeschooling one income families?
They all need shirts. They gotta wear clothes, Emily.
I'm just saying it's kind of tricky.
I know.
So
I am actually joking.
Okay.
I wasn't saying that determines whether or not someone is actually part of our community. It was just that
just felt like the podcast.
All it did was amplify the podcast. It's not actually downgrading the email list.
Sure.
People signed up because they want to know about what's going on and they love what you write in those, and they don't care about T-shirts.
For the record, I would write more, but Jason's like, keep it under 300 words.
I say it just like that. Yeah. Well,
write it, woman.
Brevity. I mean, we only do one a month. How hard could it be?
I love that somebody replied and they were like, such a simple message.
You're a real simple person,
Simple.
it seems like.
It's real simple.
I love how simple this is. Have you ever considered calling yourself really very simpleton? Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm a little bit of
Anyway,
a simpleton.
so this lady came up to me and said those things, and I just was sort of like,
Your husband does everything right.
I didn't really know what to say. I think I was like, no.
I would say now, it is more of a well-oiled machine most of the time, in that we definitely have a flow of how things need to go. I mean, today is not a good indicator of that. We were running all over the place today. But creatively speaking, it's certainly, like we've said this before, we are one brain. We are two creative brains into like one. Like it takes two of our brains to make one creative brain.
Who's the guy who
I don't
wrote Corduroy? Oh, Don Freeman. Don Freeman wrote Corduroy.
John
so he
Freeman.
Don came up with. Are you done?
Morgan Freeman's brother.
He came up with this story about a stuffed bear that came to life. Okay, and then there's like all these different spin-offs. And
like what? Corduroy goes to the zoo?
Corduroy goes to the theater. Corduroy goes to the ballet. I'm sure there's like a million different things.
Is that just what they do with children's books? It's
Maybe.
like,
I don't.
wow, this is successful. Let's send him to a whole bunch of different places that kids like to go.
Can I just finish my
It's a Curious George.
statement? Somebody else may have picked it up and written it, but really Don Freeman is the creator, the one who built the world.
Oh, so you're saying I'm that person?
No, I'm saying I am that person.
Wait.
So it doesn't matter. Like,
wait, I free birthed this in my mind.
No, you're like, I want to make fun of you.
Yeah, it was.
So me, you said I want to make fun of
my brain's lotus birth.
you.
It's really very crunchy.
Emily.
Is my child.
No, Emily, what should we name it? Really very crunchy?
That's true.
Oh, yeah. Okay, be you.
Well, I hold
So
up
how
this
did you
camera.
free birth that? No, I built this machine.
Yeah.
And I have shown you
The way.
how. And you're funnier than me. So yes.
It is true. I am funnier than you.
You are.
Like way funnier.
You have way better punchlines.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
not.
If you look at the first year videos, there's a clear difference. But
When I joined the team,
I jump started it.
no,
like,
I didn't join the team. I've been a part of the team.
light bulbs
Yeah.
had to evolve,
Yeah.
but still.
I like where this is going because it's actually getting into the topic of today's discussion that I'll get to in a moment. But first.
I'm just saying, so rude of her.
Oh, yeah. She's horrid. Who was it? I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't even know who it was. I'm sure she is, though. All right.
Stop.
Emily. All right. Look, I have to announce this. This is just a list of announcements episode, but I love it.
It's
really.
not.
It's not. You're an award-winning author. Award-winning author.
Children's book author.
The Children's Book Council. You have been chosen as a 2025 Children's Books Council Librarian Favorites winner.
Is that an award?
Well, I don't know if it's an award as much as it is a recognition.
Do I get a golden emblem?
You don't always.
Could we make one? And then I can go and we could somehow pass those out. Stick this to your book.
There's different sections of like
Children's
favorites.
Book Council.
Children's Book Council.
I'm the librarian.
This is like of the favorites of the librarians.
Yeah, I feel like that's like
That's kind of legit.
way more legit than like children's.
Children
favorite. I know
don't
that
know anything.
We wrote it for children. I get that, but like, how did Dragons Love Tacos get so much recognition? Like, why do children love it so much?
I'm sure that might have gotten.
Do you think the librarian?
That might have gotten a librarian award for.
Darn.
Yeah, so we don't know.
I'm just saying, I don't understand why kids love that book.
Well,
I get it, I guess, but my boys.
Dragons love
that
tacos, and boys love dragons. So
I will
there you
say,
go.
my son chooses my book almost every night.
And the other one chooses Dragons Love Tacos.
And I'm like, can you please stop choosing this book? It really hurts his feelings. But I'm like, Why are we still reading this?
Why would you stop him? That's crazy. It's wonderful literature, as said by librarians. What do you mean? It's probably furthering his life.
My
in
book
so
is
many
for
ways.
sale on Amazon.
It's actually the first link in the description here.
It doesn't count against your budget if it's books.
That's how we operate.
Yeah.
Yeah, or T-shirts. Because it's necessities of life, right? You got to be clothed. You got to be well read.
I will say,
it is an award-winning book.
It's
Next up, Newberry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Isn't that chapter books probably, or is that with kids? I don't know.
Caldecott is kids for sure.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm probably not getting that one.
I always loved Calico Critters too.
How do I even submit for that? They'd be reading it and be like,
maybe one of these librarians that voted for you knows
maybe
a Calico.
If you're a librarian who voted for me.
Yeah.
What if like it's really just two librarians and they're both podcast listeners?
Thank you. Thank you for recognizing her abilities.
Actually, when they did a pre-release of my children's book, and they pre-released it to librarians, and it got so much positive feedback.
There you go.
From the librarians.
Right into the librarians.
Yep.
The kids hate it.
That is not true. However, in the book, it says something about a gray squirrel, and the illustrator colored it brown, and I didn't catch it. I'm not even sure if I saw the final illustrations.
I think you did. I don't know.
Nobody caught it. And then
Not
also,
the squirrel,
there's
no.
a blue jay in the old oak tree, and then they go out to see it, and there's no blue jay. But that wasn't
it's clearly
necessarily
a maple.
I mean, obviously, it would fly away if someone was running towards it. So
it's just realistic.
It could have flown away. Yeah,
just realistic. And the cast of the sun may have made the squirrel look a little bit brown.
Right?
You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Emily, should we start a cult?
I did not expect that question.
Yeah. And it's not a trick question either. We are poised to start one.
Really?
According to people online.
We're poised. I don't want to start a cult, but I do want to start a compound.
A what?
Compound? Like
a
commune?
Yeah.
Is that towing the line of cult?
Let me ask you, is Kool-Aid allowed?
No. Absolutely not.
There'll be no Kool-Aid drinking in this cult.
Spring water.
Spring water. Not laced with anything.
We might put some Shilajit in there.
But you join our cult and you're actually just extremely healthy. That's what people think we're actually doing. Okay. So we put out a video. It was a week ago, right? Something like that. And it was the one where you came in, you're being a silky man. Not the Coke shirt mom, but a silky mom. You're just pretending, being laid back. You got your Butterfinger bar. I actually have the script printed out because we're going to go over it in a second.
Can I say one thing about that, though? People
can.
said something about my accent. They're like, oh, so your lazy character has a southern accent. And I wasn't trying to do that. I was born, raised, and still live in Kentucky.
Oh, we got to pull you out.
Sometimes it slips.
We got to pull you out of the... No, when you are relaxed...
I am.
You're just kind of talking like this, you know.
I know.
I heard it in the video.
I catch it in myself in things like heel, and I catch it sometimes, and I'm like, what in the world just happened?
Yeah.
It's funny. Our 5-year-old, he goes between Brooklyn and extremely Kentucky, and it's like, you got to land somewhere, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. Somebody said we're poised to start a cult.
No, they didn't say that. But so it did start a comment there. There's like 83 comments in this one little thread.
I think it's 90 something.
Is it 90? Yeah, I think they're still going. The last comment was like 11 hours ago. So they're still talking about it. It's like over a week, and they just keep fighting. And of course, it's mostly this one guy who's on there. And it's kind of the same old stuff that we've gotten flack for before. They took that video and took it as us sending a message to people that if you don't live a certain way, if you don't live the way that we say you should live.
We've never said someone should live.
Correct.
A certain way.
I know. Then you are, you're in the wrong. And you should change and be exactly how we are. They're taking our video as a message.
Can I just say, if you're exactly as we are, you'll probably be miserable.
I'm not miserable.
I was just messaging a friend the other day, like, what do I do? I'm cooking 3 meals a day. My house is constantly a wreck. I spend so much time in my kitchen.
I cook breakfast mostly. I made you an omelet this morning.
Yeah, but it's not every day. And anyway, I'm just cooking all the time. All the time. So if you want to be like us, prepare to cook.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
All right. So one of the bigger comments on this was he was talking to me. This is the Caleb G. Okay. Whatever. I don't know.
Can't read Caleb.
Well, it's put together, whatever. Great job promoting the brand with a thesaurus. Well, that's because I made it sound funny.
Can I tell your secret?
No.
Please?
No.
That's so fun. For our podcast listeners. Jason. No.
Okay.
Jason responds to comments as if he is Herman Melville when someone comes at us. He does his best to sound like Herman Melville. And so see if you can find that in our video.
Yeah.
If somebody comes at us.
Yeah. That's my go-to. Anyway, good job promoting your brand with a thesaurus. I applaud your efforts to make me feel lesser than you. That isn't what I was doing.
He was trying to sound like Herman Melville. He started that before this comment.
Well done. You can absolutely do what you want with your life so long as you're not hurting others. Using a large platform to actively criticize non-harmful choices and say the people making those choices are wrong.
Hold on. Some of these choices are harmful.
Okay.
But go ahead. Who's going to say Butterfingers are not harmful? Ultimately.
Or inferior is absolutely harmful. Doubly so in this day and age of conservative nationalism that is actively and intentionally hurting people they don't agree with. Not understanding this and speaking against is willing, ignorant cult behavior. So, and he went on to say, in response to somebody else, please apply some critical analytical skills. This is not a funny skit they're doing for themselves. It's a commercial to promote a brand to sell a product. I guess he's talking about selling ourselves.
Our t-shirts.
Yeah, well, yeah, that for sure. Furthermore, this is not just
nobody's biting
someone making fun of themselves. In this context, it's categorizing what is simply a difference of opinion and as a diametrically opposed conflict of beliefs. That's a straight line to creating an in-group and demonizing the outsiders, which is an even shorter line of weaponizing and profiting from hatred, which is exactly what is destroying this country. He went on to say, and I'll be done. Scrolling by leads to concentration camps. You can absolutely do whatever you want with your life so long as you're not hurting others. Using a large platform, and he just repeated himself. He repeated himself. He changes the first line and then pastes his old stuff to other people, which is fine. Whatever. He's just trying to get his message across. Scrolling by our videos and not saying anything about the evil that we are spreading will lead to concentration camps, Emily.
I am...
Concentration camps? Seriously? Is that even, that's beyond hyperbole. He's not just he actually thinks this stuff. And you go back to
because we're sowing seeds of hatred of cruises? I mean, I don't like cruises. That's for sure.
Nothing. Just being myself. The more laid back, Emily. Relax. Living my 20. We should skip nature. Want to go over to DQ and get some blizzards? I heard if they forget to hold it upside down, it's free.
I mean, yeah, blizzards are not exactly the epitome of health food or what America should strive for.
I was thinking of dyeing my hair. You think I'd like bleach blonde or should I go auburn?
I choose not to color my hair.
For our anniversary, we should go on a cruise. There's upper deck parties. Want to go to Chuck E. Cheese? Yada yada yada. And I freak out because it's not what I actually want. I want you to be you and go back to your crunchy self because that's the person I love. You can watch the video. I'll link to it if you haven't seen it.
That's absurd. Yeah, that's the video he's calling us culty over.
Culty? That's so weird.
That he's calling us culty?
Like, if I'm going to start a cult, I want it to be good. This would not be a good cult.
Let's not go on cruises together!
No more dyeing our hair!
No Chuck E. Cheese!
Let's kill all the people who do those things!
What?
Because he said concentration.
I don't understand.
But that's what I'm saying. We're not, that way it wouldn't go that.
Yeah, it's not like
I'm making fun of that. Sorry.
I will say I took my kids to Chuck E. Cheese last year. They had this program that you could get.
I say as though I don't know that you did that. Yeah.
You could get a really good deal. We didn't eat the pizza. The person I was with ate the pizza and she said it was really good. They have a gluten-free pizza apparently.
Really?
And
is it keto?
I doubt it. I have not found a keto pizza crust that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, there's also this thing called comedy where we've been on cruises, but I'm not really interested anymore unless it's like a Viking river cruise.
Yeah. I mean, next cruise I want it to be like something special.
We've anytime we've gone on a cruise, we've been on like the cheapest room that's next to the engine. It's like
yeah.
And like no window. We're in
you have to wear a
bed.
seatbelt in your bed.
Yes.
Tilts a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't exactly have the best view of cruises.
Mm-hmm. And people keep getting sick on them and stuff. It's kind of gross.
But yeah, the food.
I've enjoyed them.
Yeah. You went on one when you were in high school. And so I think you have like this positive view of them.
It was super fun, but I'd never been on vacation. So that's, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think he just comes from the same ilk as like the I am leveling up person who, when we were first started this whole war on crunchy is cultish? And it's like, no.
Maybe you're apt to being cultish. Yeah. So whatever you get sucked into, you like maybe go all the way or something. Like,
yeah.
I've said this a million times. Life is nuanced.
Mm-hmm.
You can make decisions that you think are best for your family.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that you think someone else is doing it wrong.
Right.
Or
though they clearly are.
Or maybe you think like you are making the healthiest choice, but that doesn't mean that you hate them.
Yeah.
Because they aren't.
No, I'm actively putting our neighbors in concentration camps. I've got a list.
There are truly better choices. The
better?
APA
you elitist.
says children under the age of 2 should have 0 screen time. So babies who are staring at an iPad, like that is not a good choice.
I mean, yeah.
And everyone backs that up. Like, I don't think anyone is going to say that blizzards are a healthy, like every once in a while, sure, whatever. If that's your weakness, do it.
Weakness? I choose to make it my strength, Emily. Blizzards are my strength. Screen time is my strength.
Like the healthiest choice. And who cares if you go on a cruise, if you like the cruise, whatever. Like, nobody hates you for it.
That's my 20. Cruises.
I can say that, like, cruises could be someone's 20. Dyeing their hair? I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that. I don't think that's a 20.
The jury's still out on that.
If it's like all the time, you know,
You're
every
not
6
joining
weeks,
our
whatever.
commune if you have brown eyebrows and blonde hair. My 20 is just living a completely toxic life.
I was thinking that I should have been an almond mom, not a crunchy mom.
Explain. What?
Almond moms are the moms that are like super into fitness and, you know, they go to the gym a lot and wear Lululemon and
What's Lululemon?
drink a lot of like protein shakes and
Okay.
there is some crossover.
You would have rather
with
been
almond.
that?
I'm just saying, I think almond moms might buy more T-shirts.
This is all a roundabout way of saying, please buy a shirt. We have a whole stack of them. Show everyone you're part of our cult. I mean, community. That's what I meant. Community. So soon they're going to go, community's a code word for cult. No, it's not. We have dye-free Kool-Aid. Sweetened with honey. Can you have convictions
Anymore?
without ruffling feathers?
I don't think so.
No.
Because if you are convicted about something, then you are actively making a choice against something else.
Yeah. Right.
But I don't understand why people are like all of a sudden offended about everything. Like just everything.
He was ticked, and I'm guessing. I'm just saying this.
Are you allowed to say that word? We have children listening.
Ticked?
Yeah.
If I can't say ticked, I'm just going to make this an explicit podcast. I'm going to put an E on it. He said ticked. You're such a G-rated person, Emily. It's sad. Fine. Poo-pooed.
No, that's worse. Gross.
He was
Peeved.
miffed. He was so miffed. No, he was PO'd.
Okay.
That, that you didn't take the bite of the Butterfinger bar? Like you didn't actually bite into it in the video, Emily.
I was tempted.
No.
I was a little bit tempted.
I'm on keto still, just so you know. It's going 5 weeks strong and, whoo.
You were tempted?
Yeah, the video before that, I put an Oreo in my mouth and didn't eat it. I know that sounds like an eating disorder, but it's not. I'm just strict keto, okay? But I did it for the vid, and I feel like a champion, honestly.
I kind of felt that with the Butterfinger. Butterfinger's not even my weakness, but man,
it would be mine.
it was just
But
in
not
my
as bad as
mouth,
Oreo.
and I'm trying to be keto. I'm not as strict.
Can
but-
you actually imagine having bit an Oreo in half, having it in your mouth?
You bit it? in
pretending to chew it.
You
because
bit it
don't-
in half?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And then taking it out and just living off of those residual crumbs that are stuck in your mouth you can't get out and just
That
thinking,
does sound like an eating disorder.
oh, yeah, I know it does, but it's not
Yeah, I
that.
know,
It's just, I don't want to get kicked out of ketosis.
Okay.
Saving those kidneys. And if any of you members of our community would like to donate a kidney and be on a reserve list, just comment below. Leave a review if you've got good kidneys and want to give them to me in about 10 years. So here's the thing that I don't think that our viewers of the videos community really do understand, that people like him don't understand. And I just want to explain, our creative process is it's not about messaging.
There is no hidden messaging. I will say that.
There might be jokes and references to things that aren't blatantly obvious
Sure, like
or
the
apparent.
books, the titles, and
Correct.
Yeah.
And or jokes that people who've been watching for a long time that will get that other newcomers might not understand, and that's
Sure.
fine. Let me explain last week's videos. That video was made because it was in a line of stories. People might not even know this. You and I wrote together this series of videos to go together. I find your diary, read about your diary, and you kind of think, and there's this in between of, it'd be neat if we could talk to our younger selves. And then when the next video, the video on Wednesday, is about us talking to our younger selves. And then, It's like, oh, wow. Do you wish I was that way? Do you wish that I was still the older me? And the next Friday, you pretend to be the older you. It's character progression. We like to make stories and tell stories of people, two people, ourselves, but exaggerated, I guess, in a story form. We like to make it as much like a sitcom as we possibly can. And so we're not trying to just give people a message. We're not trying to just say, hey, you really shouldn't eat Butterfingers.
But I wonder if you should put in our bio unpopular opinion. Because those videos are fine when people are like, unpopular opinion, but we don't do sleepovers.
As our
we
bio?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
We're just an unpopular opinion.
Colon and then just leave it at that?
Unpopular opinion.
I think I'll do that.
Really?
And do that today. If you'd like to see that in our bio, head over to our Instagram and check it out today. I don't know. I just think it's crazy. I think people are nuts that just think that everybody thinks that there's a hidden message, that there's a conspiracy of things listen, there's people out there, they think that if it's not a meme, if it's not a funny meme that everybody can relate to, then it's got some hidden message, and it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's not telling you to do anything. It's telling you how something is. It's telling you how a person is, this character that we made up, who is you, but you dialed up. And it's like, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Am I just talking to myself? Why aren't you answering, Emily?
Well, I think we all get it. And I think it's absurd that anyone would think that we are that we're on the cusp of creating a cult, or that we're trying to, like, demonize.
And it's not even a very good
lifestyle.
cult.
Nobody will even
robes.
buy our t-shirts.
I want robes if we're going to have a cult. I want robes and
Do you realize how expensive that would be?
Wool robes.
Wool.
Cotton.
Yeah. Linen. I think linen would be the best.
A linen robe. It's too wrinkly.
It would get really wrinkly. All the beeswax candles for all the ceremonies. Like, who's paying for that?
Yeah. We can only sacrifice animals when we're going to eat it because
and when
we're
they've
hungry.
Been pasture raised, right. Grass-fed, grass-finished.
This is a grass-fed, grass-finished cow.
I mean, this is gonna cost way too much money.
Not if we get funding from our cult member community.
But let's talk compound now, because that's different.
It's a different word. Starts with the same letter.
It's actually more like you can't come, right? It's less like, it's very exclusive.
Well, cults are.
Cults are?
Exclusive?
Really?
Oh, yeah. Well, at least they seem that way. At first.
No, they try to lure you in. A compound
the
now
right
is
people.
like,
we want the right people.
You're out. Like, you're probably out.
What?
A compound.
Oh. No. You want the right people.
It's very exclusive.
You want cults are very exclusive.
I don't think so.
They can be. They can be. It's hard to get people to join a cult.
I don't have a lot of experience with cults.
I've got
never
a few.
been in one.
Got a few experiences.
Have you?
I've led one or two in my day. My 20s were crazy.
Please know that he's kidding. Please know. Like, I can just see the sound clip making it out somehow. And it's like,
I hope so.
No.
I hope so. And then they mark me up as like they draw blood on my eyes or something. Yeah, that'd be great.
The other day I saw somebody with a forehead tattoo. That seems way more intense.
Did it say dunce?
It didn't. But like, that person
joined a cult.
Yeah. I do have a few thoughts on tattoos.
Let's hear them. Oh, we don't think less of you. You're just a terrible person.
I have a hard time understanding tattoos because
don't get mean.
I'm not getting mean.
I've got a tattoo that I haven't told you about. I've got a tramp stamp.
I saw you.
He saw me. I was fixing the sink the other day, and I saw that you had something above your butt.
No.
It's a butterfly.
It's not. And I don't care if you have a tattoo. That's great. Whatever. Yeah. I just, like, I don't understand it. I guess maybe because I have, like, changed so much. If I got a tattoo, I would get tired of it. I've had 18 dining room tables.
You're going to, like, get your tattoo, get removed, get a new tattoo.
How many times can you cover it up?
Yeah.
Like,
change
eventually
it
would just be, like, a black square. So, and, I mean, there are chemicals in that and, you know.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
But that dude had a forehead tattoo.
What was it?
I don't remember.
Oh. I wonder if it was done to him while he was asleep.
There's no way you're sleeping through that. I mean, that would hurt. Poke yourself in the forehead. Have you ever popped a pimple on your forehead?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was in middle school once.
It hurts. The worst place to pop a pimple is like right on the edge of your nose.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Or in the ear. Or the eyebrow.
Ooh.
Eyebrow?
Yeah.
How can people with eyebrow rings, how do you manage?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
No, if you pinch it, it's not too bad.
I mean, is it worse than popping a pimple there? Because that hurts. I think I would rather break a bone. Not actually. I'm sorry.
Have you ever broken a bone? You did. You broke
cracked my elbow.
Yeah, cracked.
Should I tell that story from my good old days in basketball?
Was that a cult? Our high school sports cults. This is not the conversation you envisioned.
No, I love it. Ooh.
I mean, anything like that. Anything where people can become so obsessed with something is, I think sports are a little culty.
Especially hockey.
Yeah. You have to have money.
Yeah.
Not just anybody can play hockey.
Yeah, there's a lot of equipment to buy.
We in Kentucky don't have access to hockey.
It's true.
I feel like.
Okay. We'll have to move up to Canada to join that cult. No, it did. All of this conversation kind of brought me to this idea is that I think everybody's just looking for a tribe to be in. And I mean, a lot of people find it in politics or whatever. And I think that's kind of a terrible place to find your tribe.
Yeah.
I get it.
Especially because you have to be like, so there's not as much nuance in that.
Yeah. There should be. But, and so, you know, you find somebody that just rubs you the wrong way and you got to go on the attack. You have to make it clear, and this is kind of in virtue signaling, you have to make it clear that you are opposed to this thing. You got to make it public. You got to go after them so your friends know you're going after this person.
We're losing a listener because of what you just said.
Oh, because of our cult? You mean we're losing a follower?
Or a cultist? Is that what it's called? We just listened to
member.
We just listened to the Firebreaker series on Spotify.
You talk about culty.
Yeah, there's
just kidding.
There's cultists in it.
Yeah.
But the kids loved that series.
Okay, I think you need. Oh man, it's all about cults, but our children love it.
Listen to it. It's about St. George.
Okay.
So,
I feel like that needed a little more explanation.
Well, if you're looking for a fun story for kids, I wouldn't say younger than 5, probably.
Okay, before then, it's like, oh, here's number 1. Here are 2 cats. Here are 3. It's like, okay, not before 5. It has words.
No.
So, okay, I don't know. I've never read to our children. That's a joke too. Okay, I'm sorry.
Not much. You've read.
Excuse me?
You read to them when they were babies a lot, but yeah, you haven't really read the older books. What's the last chapter book you read to our children?
Tom Clancy? The Sum of All Fears? War and Peace?
You didn't. Anyway,
Oathbringer?
Check out Firebreaker. I mean, if you want to. We liked it.
The Gulag Archipelago?
I hope you didn't read
Part
that to
1.
our kids. That would be really sad. I don't think their brains are ready for that.
Angela's ashes.
Also, why are you getting into things that are about concentration camps?
Because apparently we're starting one. The 15 Lives of... No, I haven't. I'm just looking over. Why are all my books dark and depressing?
Your books about concentration camps.
The Lost City of Z.
Okay, we're good.
I think we're fighting... People fight about the wrong things. If that's...
But people are going to fight about everything.
I know, and that's the problem. I think no matter where you fall politically or whatever, I think even so, people choose the wrong things to fight about. Left, right, religious, non-religious. People are picking the wrong things to fight about for their camp. And it's really weird. Our video, whatever your affiliation is, in my opinion, is not to the thing to fight over. What are we doing other than starting cults? Like what? I don't get it. I don't get it. What are we fighting about? Why are you coming at this? What in the world? People don't even buy our t-shirts. They're not joining our cult. They do on the podcast, though. If you're a listener, you're probably a little closer than you want to be.
He's kidding.
If you'll join our cult, leave a review right now.
Switch podcast networks, and they are like listening to our podcast to give us a rating on how we can improve. They're gonna listen to this and drop us.
If they didn't want a comedy podcast, then they shouldn't have picked us because it's not never mind. It's not a comedy podcast. This is real. I've got a sign-up sheet. Third link from the...
What are you
doing? For our cult! I'm joking! Listen, if I can't joke about this, then what am I even doing here? I don't want to be on a podcast where I can't joke about making a cult. And I understand cults are real, and they're terrible, and there's things about it that are just horrible. But ours is great. It'll be awesome. We have parties that you don't wear shoes. It's all organic. I'm kidding.
Do you have something to wrap this up, Jason?
Do we need to wrap it up or just keep going? Let's take this to 5 hours, and whoever's with us at the end of 5 hours, they're the ones you recruit. They are the ones.
Thank you
wait. That's premature. I have one more thing here.
Okay. I am actually starting to feel a little uncomfortable.
Oh, that's all I had. Yep, that's it.
Okay.
No, but wait. We can't leave it at that. I'm not starting a cult. You're not starting a cult.
I have nothing to do with this conversation. Jason has the clipboard.
It's what they said. I am going to title this, We're Starting a Cult, as clickbait. You think that'd be
one
fun?
of the things that the podcast network told us to do. Not start a cult, but make more interesting titles.
They said, the first step, if you want to gain more listeners, start a cult. They're really great at proselytizing the podcast. We've seen it a dozen times. We had one podcast kind of fade away. It was something about the full moon, and they all just jumped off a bridge.
What?
Together. Yeah. Oh, we should do an episode about actual cults sometime.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
I will say, I've probably mentioned this before, but one time we made cookies on the full moon, and I called them full moon cookies. Mm-hmm. And it is like our kids' favorite thing. Mm-hmm. Every time there's a full moon, they get psyched about making full moon cookies.
They love it at the end when you're like, okay, children, now time to prick your finger and put it in the center.
That is not at all what happens when we make full moon cookies. I'm telling you, if you're looking for a way to connect with your children
and drink their blood,
you can make full moon cookies and they'll love it. And do it every full moon.
I'm so sorry.
Jason is ruining my name. I cannot show my face. I already feel like I can't show my face places. I already feel like I'm looked down on, judged, hated.
We were at the park today and she was mobbed by a crowd of 12-year-olds. They hated you so much.
No, but I will say some 12-year-olds saw me at the grocery store and they're like, oh.
What do you mean?
Everything in your cart is so healthy. Are you really like that? And I'm like, well, you don't get it. But yeah, I mean, it's a joke, but
yeah. It's a joke, but yeah. There's been a lot of comments lately. I guess we're hitting new crowds. The algorithms are pushing us to new people, and we're getting a lot of, I can't tell, is she crunchy or is she not? I sometimes I comment under you on TikTok because, Anyway, I did answer. It's like, is this satire or is she actually crunchy? And I just commented, yes. Yeah.
And that's the episode for today. Thank you so much for listening. You
have no transitioning skills.
I really don't.
What is your problem?
Know this. Okay, I'll let you close this out.
Emily, cult or not, I'm really happy with our community here, and I'm happy to see and excited to see where this is going to lead. So, thanks for listening. Not in that way.
Post a link of my face. This entire episode.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking it to the extreme because that's how ridiculous it feels. Let me just say this. I know we're ending, but let me just say this. That is what he's saying we're doing.
Yeah.
Do you not see I did this because it's absurd.
Yeah.
It's absurd. Is it not? Memberships start next week. Thank you for listening to the Really Very Crunchy podcast. I'll have a Google Doc ready for you.
Goodbye.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.